So we are going to have a discussion today on AIQS and the RICS APC process. Sometimes, it is a bit difficult to get a clear understanding of the total process when you read through the help sheets available in both the websites. So I'm going to, give you in nutshell what the process looks like, what are the key characteristics involved in that, and then I will try to share my experience also and give some tips and tricks to you so that you can successfully go through the process and pass. Let us give like probably another 3 minutes for the other attendees to attend as well. And throughout today's discussion, if you go to your right hand side top corner, there's a Q&A tab is there. So if you have any questions, you can post your questions there, and I will try to address them while we are doing the discussion. And probably, if I miss anything, then I might be able to send you an email explaining those answers as well. So let us wait for another 2 minutes if you don't mind. Some of the candidates sending me that they're struggling to get in. I hope you'll be able to join in now. And we're expecting truly global attendance today. Most of you are coming from maybe Middle East, and some of them might come from Asia, South Asia region, then Australia and New Zealand. At the moment, the time in New Zealand is I think around 10:30 p.m. And we have few attendees from there as well. So I really, want to thank all of them for their commitment. All right. So I think we can start now. So let me first start with RICS process, and then we will move on to AIQS in the second stage. Please bear with me. There would be a lot of details about the process, but I'll try to explain it in a simple manner so that you will understand it. And throughout the CPD, I will give you some tips and tricks, as well as at the end of the presentation, I will give holistic approach as well as a lot of tips and tricks. So I really invite all of you to be there until the end of the presentation so that you will get those things as well. So if I start with the RICS process, I hope you can see my screen now. So now let's discuss today about the RICS APC process, and I'll discuss about what is RICS APC is all about, and what are the pathways, and how you can, what are the timings and locations of them, and then we will discuss why it is important for a quantity survey, and then we will discuss when to start, when it is the ideal time to start, and then most importantly we will discuss how to be successful. Now I have been in the RICS, and I took RICS in year 2012. I took AIQS in the year 2009. So throughout the last 10 years or the decade, I have involved in the RICS and AIQS process a lot. I mean, in numbers wise, for example, I have probably sit for final APC interviews around 130, 140. So that is a huge experience. And if you take mock interviews, I believe it's more than 400, 500 mock interviews. And I have supported many candidates to pass, as well as I'm a trained RICS assessor and a chairman. So I will, and used to do a lot of CPDs as well when I was in the Middle East for RICS and AIQS related competencies. So today, I will try to summarize all those experience and try to give you the tips and tricks to how to be successful throughout the RICS APC process. Right. So first of all, how you can join to RICS? There are two ways you can join. One is as an associate member. That is called, there's a system called associate assessment. So this is kind of an entry-level qualification. So if you have a 1 year relevant experience, that means if you are a quantity surveyor, I mean, if you choose quantity surveying and construction pathway, then you should be a quantity surveyor and a relevant bachelor's degree, or 2 years of relevant experience with higher education, or 4 years of relevant experience, then you can apply for the associate assessment. I won't go through in detail about the associate assessment, but if you go to the RICS website, they have a associate assessment candidates guide, which you can download. It's simple, easy. And the major difference I find is that compared to the chartered assessment or the full professional member, the process is easy and there's no final interview for the associate assessment. So you just have to submit your final submission to the RICS, and they will assess it by at least two assessors, and then give you the associate membership, associate assessment. So yeah, that is about associate assessment. And in the final submission, still you have to submit a case study and summary of experience and CPD. But the case study and the summary of experience is not detailed as chartered assessment. Today, we are going to discuss about the chartered assessment. So chartered member is available on completion of the chartered qualification, and you can enroll at any time in your career, but you should have the following pre-qualifications. You should have a relevant experience and RICS accredited degree. Now there are some courses throughout the world, accredited degrees by RICS, and those degrees are being monitored by RICS, and they have given the accreditation because of that. So if you have that, then you are qualified to go for apply for the chartered assessment. Or if you have 5 years relevant experience, I mean, you are working as a quantity surveyor, maybe you might have a civil engineering degree. Still, you can apply for the RICS. And then there's another route. It's not APC. It's called seniority, specialization, or academia. If you have 10 years relevant experience on those kind of things, still you can get RICS, but you don't have to follow the APC process in that. And I'm not going to discuss that in detail today. So we will be discussing on the APC route, which mainly about these first two topics. I mean, if you have those two qualifications, you can go for the APC.